Okay, so here is your help for this practice benchmark. Obviously, I want you to watch this video. You're watching, that's great. Now, this first question is something we haven't talked about. And you're like, what are you doing, Marusa, giving us something you haven't talked about? We didn't have time to squeeze it in. It's really a simple thing, but we'll talk about it before we take the benchmark on Monday and Tuesday too. But this idea of which of these numbers are irrational, select all. Irrational means not basically a perfect square. All right, you're looking for numbers that are not perfect squares. A perfect square would be like 81, right? Because that equals 9. So you're looking for the square roots that are not perfect. Those are going to be the irrational ones here. All right, so irrational is going to be, this one is going to be irrational. Okay, and so is this one right here. Those two are going to be irrational. All right. It's weird, I know, but you're looking for the square roots that are not perfect squares, okay? All right, I know, I just had to throw that in there, and it's confusing, it's all good. So what about this next one? A telephone pole breaks and falls as shown to the nearest foot. What was the original height of the pole? So this is a great visual. Can you see the pole? It fell, and now it creates this kind of like, you know, hypotenuse, if you didn't notice it. Why is this our leg? Why are these our legs? Do you see my right angle? Do you see the L? Those are our legs. Remember the formula. Leg squared plus leg squared equals hypo squared. Okay? So you got to set this up. So I have 7 squared plus 10 squared equals hypo squared. If you want to make it x, that's fine. You could have put x there for sure. Doesn't matter. That actually should have been x. That's fine. Then what's 7 squared? 49. What's 10 squared? 100 equals h squared. And then this is simple math here. We can do this one. Excuse me. 149 equals h squared. And then what's your last step? You have to square root, don't you, to get rid of this here? So your answer would be the square root of 149. What I'm going to do right now is get my calculator up and running. Square root of 149 is 12.2. The question was asking, though, the original height of the pole. Ooh, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. So 12.2 would be our answer. 12.2 would be our answer for x. If this equals 12.2, or 12, right? What was it asking? This is a tough question. What was the original height of the pole? We found the missing length, which is really all the test is going to ask you on the benchmark. But if we had to figure out the whole height of the pole, this is part of the pole too, and so is this. So put those two together. If you wanted to stand the pole back up, how tall would it be? 12 plus 7, 19. You see? That's a tough one. I liked it. All right. For this one, you guys, I'm not going to do all of them with you, but I'm going to help you set it up. For this one, where's your legs at? Right here? Okay. So leg here, leg there, right? So 21 squared, but then this is b. b squared equals 35 squared. Okay? That's how you set it up. You're going to use your calculator, figure out what 21 squared is. Then, actually, I'll help you with this step. So it's 21. Let me move this a little bit. So it's going to be 21 squared. I'm going to hit this button. And that's going to be 441. So I'm going to write that down. 441 plus b squared equals, oops, I didn't want to write anything down yet on that one. What's 35 squared going to be? 35 squared is 1,225. Let me write that down. And then now what do? You're going to subtract 441 from here. Okay? That cancels out. Then you're going to get b squared. Whatever this equals, remember, last step, whatever that equals, square root it. you should get your answer from there. All right. Remember, I'm not going to do them all with you. I'm just to help you. I can't hold your hand in every problem. Do you see my little right angle? Doesn't that tell you where the legs are? All right. 6 is a leg. X is a leg. 7.5 squared is the hypotenuse. Use your calculator. I know this is 36 plus x squared. Whatever this is in your calculator, get it done. Just type it in. No big deal. 7.5 times 7.5. Then you're going to subtract it to whatever that is. And then last step would be to square root. All right? You can do this. Rewatch it if you need to. Rewatch the video if you need to. Here, this one's a little challenging. Do what's inside the parenthesis first. So I'm going to add these two together, and I'm going to get 2 to the negative 5. I have 3 on the outside. What does this become? 2 to the negative 15. Okay. Well, where do I see that? Remember, this can't stay this way. This has to go and become 1 over 2 to the 15th, remember? So B is an answer, but it says choose all. So that always gives me a clue, like there might be some that, there might be more than one answer. Guess what? Look at this top one here. What happens here when I add these across? I get 2 to the, A is also an answer. C and D won't work. All right. Choose what's going to make it true for X. Remember, you're adding. Okay. You could do that one. That one's easy. What should X be if the answer is going to be 8? Number 7. Remember, when you're looking at this kind of graph, where do they touch? Okay. Where do they touch? If it's in the middle right there, where is that at? How many years? It says how many years will both companies have the same amount of sales? Here's the sales, but it's asking how many years. Where will it have the same amount of sales? Right there. All right. What if, though, like, let me just imagine there's like one here. I'm going to draw a straight line as best I can. And then what if there was another company that was, let's say, not doing so great, and how many years would you say this had the same amount? All right. What if it's in the middle of something like this? It's not 3, it's not 4. It's in the middle of it. Would this be like 3.5? You see how that could make sense too? All right. You just got to be able to look at graphs and understand. Okay. But for number 7, we can tell it's going to be 4. All right. Number 8. These are the ones we're really kind of worried about that we can handle. What is the X solution of the system? What's the X going to be? Cool. All right, let's go ahead and take this. All of this equals Y. Do you get that? Y equals 2X plus 4. Where am I going to put all of this? Where the Y is, right there. I'm going to fit this whole parenthesis right there. So let me rewrite this equation. 2X plus 3Y. Oh, snap. Just kidding. Marusik, you messed up. Plus 3, not Y. We're not putting Y in there because we know what Y is. It's 2X plus 4. And then go ahead and solve this equation. All right. Remember, you're going to post your notes. You're going to post your notes to this for points. I did the distributed property. I got 3 times 2x is 6x. 3 times 4 is 12. Then I'm going to combine my like terms. And then I'm going to move my constant over. This got canceled out. I have 8x equals 8. Divide 8. X equals uno. Okay. Number 9. This one, I'll help you set it up, but I'm not going to do it for you. Brian started with $300 and earns $50 per day. $50 per day plus 300. Steven started with $500 and earns $40 per day. $40 per day plus 500. And then just like this question up here, oh, the next one actually, you're going to set these equal to each other. You're going to get rid of the y's when they're like this, set these equal to each other. 50D plus 300, 40D plus 500, and then go ahead and solve it. All right, this last one. This one's kind of challenging because you also have to find the y value. Pay attention. I will go throughout this whole one with you. This is just like the last one where we're going to go ahead and put these equations equal to each other. We're going to cross out the y's and put them equal to each other. 2x plus 10 equals negative 3x plus 30. All right? I'm going to add 3x. 5x plus 10 equals, this comes down, 30. Right? Because this canceled out. Subtract 10. 5x equals 20. X equals 4. Cool. Now look at your answers. Uh-oh. Look at my x values. That's a 4, that's a 4, that's a 4. All right. We know this can't be right. We're going to cross this one out. It's not C. So now we have a 1 out of 3 chance. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the first part, the first problem. Pay attention to the concept. This concept's kind of confusing. What was it again? Y equals 2x plus 10. But if you remember from back in the day, Unit 1, we did stuff like this, okay? So what did I do again? I rewrote the first equation down here. What piece of information do we have? 4. And what is it? X. So that's going to go right there. Now let's solve it. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 10. Y equals 18. All right, you guys, do the best you can. Look over the videos I put in the classroom as well. Just kind of watch them. That's a great way to study. Look at the videos, redo the problems, and I'll see you either on Monday or Tuesday for the benchmark.